The XRP is on a skyrocketing path, possibly reaching heights of $1,650 to $2,900 by the end of 2024, so get ready for a financial breakthrough. This is based on a major event, not just sensational talk, the soon-to-be-launched XRP ETF. Imagine this, the same financial behemoth that launched a successful Bitcoin ETF, BlackRock, is applying its knowledge to XRP with an amazing track record. BlackRock's entry into XRP is revolutionary given where practically every ETF application they have filed has been approved. But hold on, there's more. It's not only BlackRock causing a stir, Grayscale is also entering the fray. Apart from suggesting an XRP ETF, they have included XRP into their crypto holdings. This underlines XRP's and Ripple Labs' increasing impact in the sphere of cross-border transactions. Greetings, Moneyside family. Welcome back to your preferred center for everything XRP. Let's fast touch base first. I want a little favor from you. Join our fantastic community by smashing that like button, hitting subscribe, and ringing that notification bell. Approaching the 60,000 subscriber milestone, we are gearing up for an amazing XRP giveaway. So here's a tiny heads up. Participating in the giveaway is simple. Simply follow 3 easy guidelines. So be sure you're tuned in and prepared. Remember to also include a hashtag Moneyside in the comments to guarantee your place in the giveaway. At this time, let's explore the fascinating universe of XRP and find out what's fresh today. Diving deeper into the statistics reveals that BlackRock's track record in ETF approvals is almost perfect. Leading the world in asset management, BlackRock's foray into Web 3.0 and cryptocurrencies marks a turning point in the conventional finance industry's perspective on digital currencies. Their almost perfect approval record for ETFs attests to their unrivaled knowledge of the financial market. Keep in mind that BlackRock's ETF approval rate of 99.8% makes them a powerful force in the ETF scene. The main point is to grasp the larger picture. Major financial players like BlackRock and JP Morgan haven't just been watching XRP, they've been actively gathering it. Reports including a leaked paper indicate that these behemoths have put more than 7.5% of their whole wealth into XRP. A recent carefully examined piece even suggested BlackRock changing its emphasis from Bitcoin to XRP, indicating a major change in their investment strategy. This action suggests a growing interest in XRP, therefore increasing the likelihood of a BlackRock-backed XRP ETF. But this is where it gets even more interesting. A fresh twist in the XRP story has surfaced: the presence of an XRP ETP. Though its creator is unknown, its existence is absolutely vital for an ETF. Though still in the pre-release stage, reports say the XRP ETP has been launched with a value of 0, but ready to be revealed any day now. There's even more. Rumors are flying about a concurrent launch of an XRP ETF, matching the introduction of both the ETP and ETF. This parallel release not only makes sense but also emphasizes fast ETF development, maybe following only weeks after a Bitcoin ETF launch. When we consider this in perspective, particularly given Bitcoin's rise to $43,000 even before its ETF launch, XRP's potential is enormous. Once XRP's ETF hits the market, we're talking about a possible explosion in value, soaring to $1,650 or even $2,500. Alright, listen to me, since this isn't as far-fetched as it may seem. Already launched, the XRP ETP is directly opening the path to an XRP ETF in only a few weeks. Many are unaware that Fidelity, a financial powerhouse, has officially launched the exchange-traded product for XRP. This means a quick shift toward the launch of an XRP ETF expected to get U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission approval soon. Indeed, only yesterday we talked about a newly released piece. Based on a leaked report from none other than BlackRock, it indicated an XRP ETF might be just around the corner. This leak suggested an upcoming XRP ETF filing. A leading BlackRock analyst publicly commented to add to this enthusiasm, validating the introduction of a BlackRock ETF especially for XRP. They even mentioned the iShares XRP Trust in connection with an ATF application. Originally doubtful, I checked this myself, and lo and behold, it's right there on the Delaware list of companies' website. This development is a game-changer, and it reveals how near we are to witnessing a seismic change in XRP's market presence, possibly reflecting or even exceeding the changes we have observed with Bitcoin's ETF. Recent studies have highlighted a major crypto world development, a clear sign of institutional involvement in cryptocurrency. Both BlackRock and JP Morgan have purchased more than 7.5 million XRP. BlackRock is not just hoarding XRP but also using the XRP ledger in their operations to drive the charge forward. Most notably, they are moving forward with the public release of an XRP ETF. Considering BlackRock's almost perfect track record with ETF approvals, the probability of the XRP ETF receiving the green light is quite high. The effect of an XRP ETF on its value cannot be overstated. A target price of $9,831 for XRP seems ambitious, but given all the important events scheduled, it begins to make sense. Consider it. XRP is set to be a major player, especially when you consider the incredible sums involved in managing worldwide debt transactions. Driven mostly by the ISDA, we're talking about $1.80 to $1.3 quadrillion possibly flowing through the XRP ledger. Include the participation of the BRICS countries, including Saudi Arabia, all of whom are incorporating the XRP ledger into their systems, and the Republic of Palau building its central bank digital currency on the XRP ledger. This situation is a classic example of high volume, high demand and low supply, which logically suggests a rising value per XRP coin. So a subject that's been buzzing around recently is this. Many believe my hope for XRP is only a daydream. Perhaps they are correct then, but this is what I say. Embracing this hopium is what drives me. I'm rolling it up into a huge one, lighting it up, and taking a deep breath. That's rather strong. I believe strongly in hope, especially when times are difficult and you're hanging on. It's a lifeline. I understand if you don't believe in hope and consider it all only wishful thinking. In fact, I don't view that as a negative. Let's support one another. That is my motto. Anything less just seems like tossing tokens into a vacuum, which is not what we are about. Our purpose is to remain positive. And speaking of positivity, I enjoy the interesting debates and provocative ideas from all of you. It really makes the mind work. One intriguing issue brought up was regarding XRP and institutions. Buying XRP is not required for them. One may also consider leasing. Now that's a thought worth considering, don't you agree? A curious idea thus came to me. What would happen if XRP were being bought only by retail investors? I looked into this and even inquired of ChatGPT on the daily transaction volume of the SWIFT system. The astonishing response was more than $7 trillion. And keep in mind, this is only international trade. Smart contracts, NFTs, or tokenized assets like real estate are not included. The derivatives market is in the quadrillions. Imagine XRP's possible participation in all these domains now. But let us focus on only international commerce, the domain where SWIFT operates. Let's imagine what might happen if XRP, with its 1,700 links, took that $7 trillion and sliced it to under half. Indeed, Ripple and XRP have truly raised a high standard here to manage only $3 trillion of it daily. That would imply the system has to maintain $3 trillion inside it for that day. This situation might maybe drive XRP's value to more than $1.50 per token, therefore, it is obvious. Value is sure to increase. Given XRP's large network, it's only natural to think that some of these links will fund it. And looking back to our earlier talk, even if institutions decide to lease instead of purchase, once the system is running, we might observe values rising over $1.50, particularly if XRP manages even half of this market. If it covers the whole range of bank transfers, we're talking well over $1 per token. So pause, unwind with this idea, perhaps with an adult drink in hand. Let the possibilities of this hopium vision sink in. We're in an interesting world brimming with amazing potential. Remember, I am not a qualified financial advisor. The material shown in these films is solely for amusement. Before deciding financially, I always advise people to do their own study and speak with experts. Thank you very much for watching. Should you like the film, should you like the video, please remember to press the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. Be also sure to enable the alerts so you will know first when I publish fresh material. I'm looking forward to catching up with you in the next video. Be well.